Baby girl, you the one I adore. Your love bring me serenity. Every night I pray before I sleep, because I found you. Love you. No cloud, I do this for real. Can't tell you the ways you made me feel. I wanna love you for life, my future, my wife. You leaving, I'ma miss you. My loving ain't an issue. You rockin' with a Mitchell.
What up, Mix Mafia? It's your boy Sheek.
And your girl Cici.
And we are back with another video.
Alright guys, so as you can tell by the title, today we are doing a mukbang. I love doing mukbangs because we get to sit down, eat, and talk to you guys, and we get to talk about so many different things. I have put on Instagram, I think like 2 days ago, give me some, I think it was yesterday actually, give me some topics, things to talk about, and we got some really good ones. So I'm looking forward to this, and I'm also looking forward to eating. So we ain't gonna ramble too much because I'm hungry. I haven't ate since this morning, so I'm ready to eat, babe. What about you?
I am, but before we get into this video, make sure you guys smash that like button. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe right now. Turn on your post notification bell so you can get every single video. So when you leave a comment, make sure you hashtag PNG and hashtag Dimension so you guys can be featured on the next video and a post notification shout out.
Oh my goodness.
I can't get it.
Alright. We were supposed to order from somewhere else, but I called like 3 or 4 times, nobody answered, and it was a place that Brenda recommended. We looked it up and the food looked amazing. It's all good. We're not gonna forget about that spot. We have to order from them. The next mukbang we'll go pick up the food, and the food looks so delicious, guys, and we never had it before. So
without further ado, let's get right into this
video. So babe, first of all, I hope everybody's staying safe. Guys, if you could quarantine, the numbers are going back up. It's scary. Man. This virus is really killing people, and people are not taking that into consideration. People are doing whatever the hell they want to do. People are not wearing a mask. More than, like, since March, this month, I've seen so many people outside with no mask.
Yeah, I even go in the store sometimes, nobody got masks. I'm
like, do people know something that I don't know? Why are people not wearing their mask? I don't understand, but it doesn't matter if you wearing your mask. It really don't. If Sheek doesn't wear a mask and I have on a mask,
she still gets sick if I'm sick.
Yeah, he could still get me sick. You know what I'm saying? So in a case where I'm going into a store and nobody has on their mask, but I do, I'm not protecting myself. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have on their mask. But that's what I meant. But anyway, so we ended up ordering Mexican food from one of our favorite spots.
I got shrimp tacos, no onions, no tomatoes, and shrimp quesadillas.
And I got vegetable quesadillas, and then we got the guac and chips, and then we also have nachos.
You got nachos.
Shrimp. This is for us.
No, that's for you.
No?
That's for you.
No, it's not. I'm not eating all of this.
And we got our sauce. It's not called sauce, but...
Now this sauce, though? How do you cope with losing someone so close to you? I'm going to let you answer that first, babe. I think it's been enough years where you have come to a place where you can actually talk about it and be, you know, okay. You know what I mean?
Be sane and be okay. I'm going to answer that question like this.
But tell them your story first. Tell them a little bit about your story, because we never got to tell them.
I did. You just ain't put the video up.
You right. We did.
Yeah, you ain't never edit that video.
I never got the chance to edit it. You're right. But
you want me to keep talking about it?
Sorry,
making myself sad.
You're gonna have to talk about it again, because I don't know where that video was at.
Well, if y'all don't know, I took a big loss. We took a big loss. 2013. I lost my brother. He had heart problems. Well, he was having heart problems. He was born with an enlarged heart, and it ended up affecting him when he got older.
That's crazy because nobody knew about it. He didn't even know about it.
No, he knew.
He knew about the problems that he was having?
No, he knew what he was born with.
Right, of course, but I'm talking about when it hit.
Nah, he didn't know.
You know what I mean?
All these doctors was telling him different things, and he didn't know, so he was like, yo, they don't know what's wrong with me, so he wouldn't even stay in the hospital. He would just be like, I'm out of here. Thinking that it's going to get better, I drink tea, I get some rest, it'll get better, but no. So he started losing weight, boom. He just started catching shortness of breath. Nobody was expecting like that to happen.
Of course.
It was like such a big tragedy, like nobody was expecting that to happen. I mean, you could sit there and see that somebody, oh, they getting skinny, oh, they look sick, oh, this, oh, that, but you don't think like, boom, tomorrow they could be gone. Long story short, he ended up passing away, and my way of getting through it, I mean, it took me a very long time to get myself together, because the first couple years, I was a mess. I was a huge mess. Like, sometimes I don't even know what I was doing. Like, my body is here, but my mind is somewhere else. And it was just bad. The way I actually got through it is because of you.
Really?
Yeah.
How?
Because you stayed on top of me. If she wasn't around, I probably would be doing something. My life would be changed around. A whole 360. I don't even know what I would be doing. She stood on top of me.
And it was scary for me because we wasn't married at the time. But it was like we were, you know what I'm saying? We was living together. Had a baby already. Because Sean passed away, that's his brother's name. Sean passed away when Zara was probably...
She was a few months.
Just a few months old. When that happened, I know, because I knew how close he was to his brother. And even if he wasn't, that's your brother, you know what I'm saying? Just knowing how close they were, I knew that the healing was going to be crazy. And even though I had no idea how he felt, all I wanted to do was just be there for him, you know. And I won't sit here and lie, he pushed me away for a long time. All the years that he just told y'all that he basically was here, like his body was here and his mind was somewhere else. For all those years he pushed me away. And all I did was, you know, try to talk to him and let him know, like, you know, it's gonna be okay. And sometimes, you know, I learned now that you don't need to have the right words. You don't need to have anything. You don't need to say anything. Your presence matters. And I never left his side, not one time after that happened. I was right there. I was right there by his side, right there by his side. But then after a while, you know, I got tired. Because now I'm like, okay, it's been a few years now. And you still pushing me away. You still doing this to me. Like, it was just a lot, you know. And I was trying to understand it, and I couldn't understand it. Cause then I noticed that at one point, not that I made it about myself, I started to think like, okay, but like, what about me? Like, you hurting me while I'm just sitting here trying to be here for you. It was hard. It was hard being there for him. Like, it really was. For all those years, it was really, really hard, but I stuck through it.
It's always good to actually talk about it. Let time go by and then you talk about it. The first couple days, I didn't want to work. I didn't want to do nothing. I didn't want to even be with my kids. I didn't want to be with my wife. I didn't want to be around nobody. I didn't even want to be around my own family, because when I'm around my family, it's like somebody's missing.
Right.
And that bothers. Like,
right.
Every time I get around them, I sit down and I'm just looking around like somebody's missing. It makes me sad.
Right.
I stopped being around my family for a while because of that. And I'm like, I can't be around them because that makes me think like, damn, somebody's missing. Somebody's missing.
So, talking about it. And
yeah, talking about the good times.
Talking about the good times.
Something that all up in one. Talking about the good times. Talking about the funny moments. The joy that y'all had, basically.
And don't get him wrong, guys. It took him a long time to get to where he is right now.
Long?
I got food in my mouth. It took you a long time to get to where he is right now today. It took him a very long time. There is no time frame on when it's gonna be over and you're gonna stop feeling the way you're feeling. There is no time frame.
I was just thinking to myself, she wouldn't even know what to expect from me today. Like, today is like, am I gonna get good Sheek or bad Sheek? Am I gonna get mean Sheek or nice Sheek? I don't know what to expect from him.
It was hard, guys.
Is he gonna come home today?
Yes, like that bad. It was that bad.
Like, I don't want to let him go because I don't know if he's gonna come back. And I didn't notice it until now. It's like, when I come to my senses, I'm like, oh man, anything could have happened to me. But I was just blocking everything out. I don't want to be around nobody. I just was doing things to make me forget. And that's one thing you don't want to do is forget.
Yeah.
You don't want to forget. You want to remember.
Yeah. How did I cope with losing somebody so close to me? I lost my uncle 2 years ago. It's crazy. I try not to even think about the time. It's so crazy. I think it's 2 years.
Yo, me and you are on the same boat because I don't think about the time.
You
remind me like, oh, it's been this long. I'll be like, what?
Yeah, that's so crazy. Like, I think it's 2 years though. I really try not to think about it, guys. What got me through it, what helped me cope through the pain is God. If I didn't have God, no lie, I probably would have been dead. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all because I had suicidal thoughts. And this is real, guys. I thought I was gonna die. I was in so much pain. I was so hurt. I could not believe that my uncle, he was taken from us. Somebody murdered him. We have to live the rest of our lives without him. I've never felt that before in my life. I've never felt that pain. And that goes back to when Sheek lost his brother. I didn't know what that pain felt like until I lost my uncle, and this was several years later. I knew that pain the moment I lost my uncle, and I was like, wow. The only difference between Sheek and I, though, is that he pulled away from me and I pulled more to him. I needed him because I was scared. I was scared of what I could have done to myself. It's crazy, the thoughts that I was having in my head. No lie, it traumatized me. You know, it traumatized me up until this day. I knew I had to get help for that because I didn't want Sheek outside. Me being outside, I didn't want to be outside because I was scared for my life. And that was just in my mind. Like, it was so crazy. But if I didn't know God, if I didn't have something to lean on, faith, you know what I'm saying? If I didn't have that, I probably really would have killed myself. I'm telling y'all the truth.
I know what you mean.
If I didn't believe that God was gonna get me through this, look how God works though. My uncle passes away and a few months later I'm pregnant. You just learn to live with the pain, and that's what we're learning to do, guys. Everybody grieves differently. What we need is faith. The next one is life before and after God. So
I'm not even looking at the camera. I'm looking at
it's so crazy because I know so many people want to know, and I love the fact that people want to know, and I know there's people that want to know but won't dare ask, right? So let me tell you guys. First of all, I grew up as a Catholic. I used to go to Catholic church. I think
Me too.
Yeah, he was a Catholic too. But it's not even being a Catholic. You hear your mom and your dad say that they're Catholic, so you're Catholic. You know what I'm saying? A few times I went to a Catholic church, and that was with a babysitter or whatever.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
The thing is about like Catholic church, I've never been into church. Like, I go for the service and that's it. Like, I never really learned about the Catholic side or
me either.
Or the Christian side. I'm learning now. Like, oh, Catholics believe in this, or Christians. See, I knew a little bit.
They both believe in Jesus.
Yeah, but they believe in different.
They have different beliefs.
Yeah.
So yeah, I understand what you're saying because I didn't know. I never knew the difference. I didn't even know what a Christian was. All I knew was Catholic.
Not for nothing though. Catholic church is boring.
But they wasn't even stop.
To be at Catholic church.
And then exactly.
Sleep on a bench like this. Sundays.
Me too. I used to be sleeping too because I didn't know. I didn't know nothing. I was not educated on that. My mom and dad, they never really spoke about God. Anyway, down the line, this is fast forwarding so many years. I always wanted to be in control of everything. You know what I'm saying? I was very selfish. Didn't care about nobody. I wanted to be in control of everything. I wanted to be in control of him. You know what I'm saying? I was very controlling about everything, you know, and that's what I've seen in my household, with my mom and my dad, how my mom was with my dad. You know, I don't mean to put their business out there, but as kids, you carry what you see. You know what I'm saying? What you see, whether it's from your parents, your uncles and your aunts, cousins, or whatever. What you see, you do it. So I carried so much of that, and I brought that into my relationship. It's not like anytime something happens between Sheek and I, my first thing is I'm going to prayer. No. That was never the case. I only looked for him when something bad happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh God, please help me. Only when something bad happened.
Yeah, I think that's most of us.
Just for a long time, that's just how I was living. And I wanted something different. And when my mom started going to church and I started to see the growth in her and I started to see the change in my mother, I was like, oh, I want this. I remember this day. This is a quick little story time. I'm not going to get too much into detail, because I actually gave you wanted to talk about this and he said no, so I'm not going to put him on blast. There was a time that
we had a disagreement.
We had a disagreement. There was something I didn't want Sheek to do, and he ended up doing it anyway. And with him doing that, things happened.
You're going to see the comments, PNG Demetrius, what he did?
Things happened. I put myself in a position where I could have gotten myself hurt and blah 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 blah, right? And when he did that, and when I put myself in that place to get myself hurt, Sheek put me in a position where I felt very disrespected. And because I felt disrespected and I didn't know what to do, I left the situation, and I quickly, when I came back home from what happened, I know you guys are like, tell us. Maybe one day. I came home and I packed all his stuff, and no lie, I packed everything so fast. I put all of his stuff in the hallway. And I remember he came home and I think he knocked on the door. I don't remember. He knocked on the door, I opened the door. I don't really remember. I opened the door and I told him, grab your stuff and go. He ended up leaving. I think he ended up leaving, but he ended up leaving the bags there. He told me, oh, I'm not taking that stuff or whatever. You could throw it out. You could throw it in the garbage. I don't care, right? So I grabbed when he left, I grabbed the stuff back in because my heart, you know. I grabbed all his stuff. It's not funny, don't lie.
It's funny.
I grabbed all the stuff
It's
back
funny.
in, and no lie, guys, I kid you not. I fell to my knees and I started praying. And I said, and I made a decision. I made a decision to say, God, I'm letting go. I never want to be in control of anything again. Whatever is in your plan, whatever you want, have your way. Because right now, the way I feel, I want to kill him. I want to... No, it's not even funny. It was a lot of rage, and I felt defeated. I felt helpless. I felt crazy, and that feeling that I felt, I was like, oh nah, because I refuse to allow him to make me feel that way. You know what I mean? I refuse to allow anybody to make me feel that way. So I literally fell to my knees and I just started praying. I was screaming, crying. Yeah, I will never forget this day. I was screaming, crying on my knees and just telling God, please, do whatever you want, have your way. But I said this, I remember these words. I said, if this is the end of me and Sheek, if this is the end of us, I pray that you take away my pain fast. And if it's not the end of us, I pray that there is no break, that he comes back home and we figure this out. Why are you laughing?
Because
it's so funny.
It's a good story. I'm listening to you.
And then, no lie, guys, I want to say the very next day, because the type of time Sheek was on during that time, it was like, whatever. You know, he was on some whatever. It is what it is, you know?
Yeah, because I always thought I was right.
Right, and I was wrong, you know? So
most of the time she was.
He knows I wasn't, so I'm not going to go there.
She was right in some wrong ways.
Yeah, whatever. So, he came back home. He came back home the next day, and I remember reaching out to my mom, because I told my mom everything, and I was just like, Mom, I don't know what to do. She always said, listen, you leave it in God's hands, and if he came back home, he came back home for a reason. I say that to say this. That moment, that very day that I would never ever forget is really when I let go, and I've never been the same since that day.
Yeah, I can definitely vouch for that.
I've never been the same since that day. Never. Never, never, never. He saved my life. God saved my life. God showed me. He revealed so much to me with him, with friends, and I'm just like in awe. Like in awe of his love, his grace, his mercy, everything. It's like, wow. Even down to our marriage, guys. We would not be right here in front of this camera right now if it wasn't for God. Sheek and I would be divorced right now if it wasn't for God.
Another story?
Do I have a story that we can talk about?
No.
No, we don't.
Next question.
I just turn to him. That's all I do. I can never thank him enough. The devil works overtime, but God. I always say that, but God. God is so good. He's so faithful. Like, life is definitely different for me. I'm a better person. I'm not selfish anymore. Like, I love on people, and I used to not be this way. You know what I'm saying?
I don't love on nobody but me.
I'm 100% invested in my marriage. Like, I love my marriage, and after everything him and I been through, all the stuff that we've been through, the good, the bad, you know, I'm just trusting in God to get us through whatever it is and to always get us through it. I'm just so thankful. There's a quote that says, I'm not a Christian because I'm strong and I have it all together. I'm a Christian because I'm weak and I admit that I need a savior.
Oh, I like that.
I am weak. And I do. And I needed him. And when I needed him, he came through. I'll forever fall on my knees. Always. Always. I will always worship God. Always, and praise him.
You getting chilled?
Yo, for real. Miracles. He done changed lives over here. But
he done changed lives over here. What she said?
the
devil works overtime over here.
I didn't mean to.
It said the devil works overtime over here. Like, why not over here?
I didn't mean, no, babe. I promise. It's
alright. It's alright.
I didn't mean to point towards you. But anyway.
It's alright. We all have problems. We all have ups and downs.
God still has so much work to do with me. Lord, I'm not perfect.
What made me start praying and things like that?
Yeah.
I could have lost my family. Could have lost my life. There's a lot of things that could have happened to me that it didn't, and there's a reason why.
Because God loves you. You know that, right?
I know that. Do you know that?
I do.
He loved me or he loved you?
He loves us.
He loved me first.
It don't matter who he loves first, as long as he loves me.
What?
I said, as long as he loves me.
What? What? All right. I'm sorry.
He be praying and all that. I'll be like, when he be praying.
Yeah, I never used to pray.
When he grabs my head and he prays, y'all, I'll be like, Lord, I love you. You're so faithful. Because it's just crazy as a wife, as a woman, yo. Like, well, just as anybody. Because it could have been the other way around, where you was going to church and you was praying, but I wasn't. And then all of a sudden you hear me like, Father God, yo, you would be like, am I lying?
No, you're not.
It feels crazy. It feels so crazy because that's God. He's answering prayers.
You prayed that I would pray for you?
I prayed that we'll someday see eye to eye. And that we will allow God to work.
Just remember, a family that prays together stays together.
That's a fact. And also, guys, pray when good things happen too.
Yep. You get that $1 million check.
Pray for the good things. Pray for the bad. Pray for the good.
Lose that $1 million check.
Pray for everything, because
Jesus.
regardless of what we're gonna go through things.
Yeah, everybody goes through.
We're gonna go through traumas. We're gonna lose people. There is nowhere that it says you're not gonna grow through the storms, that you're not gonna do that. No, there is nowhere it says that. But what it does say is that God will never leave you or forsake you. That's what we do, guys. There's just a whole lot of trust here. A whole lot of just God. Ooh, man, he's so faithful.
Let's have a makeout session. Come on, they want to see it.
No, they don't.
They want to see it, right?
No, yeah, I do not.
Put it in the comment section below. I want to see a makeout session.
How do we keep the love life spicy?
You gotta.
You got the back.
What?
I can tell you how we keep ours spicy.
How?
We still flirt with each other after so many years. Honestly, it's hard because, you know, sometimes you don't want nothing to do with that person, and you just be like, oh, I'm tired of you. Like, you give me a headache, especially during those moments, those times where you feel frustrated. You just like, I don't want nothing to do with them, you know?
Oh.
But that's normal. That's normal to feel that way. When you're feeling that way, that's when you should talk about it. Talk to your partner and talk to your spouse. That doesn't mean go run out to another female, go run out to another man. You know what I'm saying? It just means talk to each other. Maybe you guys need to be spontaneous. Learn their love languages. Learn their love languages, guys. There's a book out there that's called the 5 Love Languages. Take the test. They have the test online. I think if you Google love language quiz or something like that, both of you guys do it. Learn each other's love language. I promise you that would change the game.
What's your love language?
Because let's just say mine is, I believe, was quality time. At first, I remember doing it a while ago. It was physical touch.
I just made you lose a train of thought. Go back to what you were saying.
Let's just say if your partner's, one of their love languages is physical touch. Go touch them. Give them a massage. Make them feel that love. You know what I'm saying?
Make them feel love.
If your partner's love language is gifts, they like receiving gifts. Here and there, you know what I'm saying? Pop up with a little gift here. It don't gotta be expensive. Sometimes, you know, the problem with people nowadays.
I love you.
I love you too. Why you love me?
Because my love language is words of affirmation, and that's why I kept telling you I love you, I love you, I love you, because that was in the back of my mind all week last week, and you kept telling me like stuff like, babe, I'm so proud of you, things like that, like inspirational things.
Yes, his is words of affirmation, so I constantly tell him, and I really am, I really feel that way. I constantly tell him how proud I am of him. For example, he did one of my friend's apartments. He painted the whole place pretty much, and he built stuff. I had recently went to go help her clean, and being at the apartment, I seen the apartment and I'm like, wow, my husband did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, my husband did this, and I was just telling him like, wow, baby, you did such a good job. Like, you did so good. And he was just like, thank you. I even saw him blushing a little bit.
She came on with it and lick her butt.
He was like, thank you, babe. Like, that means a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? And that's his love language, so you have to feed it. That right there is definitely what's keeping our spark alive. Alright guys, so that is the ending of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope we answered all your questions. We couldn't answer all of them because the baby and all of that stuff. So yeah, we gotta go.
Make sure you guys smash that like button. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. Turn on your post notification bell so you get every single video.
Every single video.
When you leave a comment below, make sure you hashtag PNG, hashtag Dimitri, so you could be featured on our next video on the post notification shout out.
Oh my god, bye guys.
Baby girl, you the one I adore. Your love bring me serenity. Every night I pray before I sleep, because I found you. Love you. No cloud, I do this for real. Can't tell you the ways you made me feel. I wanna love you for life. My future, my wife, gave me every reason for me to believe it. Oh, swear I'll never let you down. Now or never. Ever since I had you in my life, oh, it's been better. I don't need another love, cause you're my girl forever. And I won't let you down, can't let you down. I want this love for all.